Our Football Power Index favors the Baltimore Ravens in every game. The Jaguars are underdogs in every game. Which is more likely? The Ravens win them all, or Jacksonville loses them all?
I mean, I think it's the Jacksonville loses them all. As good as the Ravens are, things broke their way last season. I think that they'll have another very, very good season, but it's unlikely that they'll go undefeated, especially because there are still some question marks. As much as I love Lamar Jackson, as much as he's improved as a passer, there's some question marks about him coming back from down. They've been dominant in most of their games last season, so we'll see how that works out. And I think there is incentive for the Jags to not play well. They have a coach that looks like he's in lame duck status, so they may want to work their way for a quarterback with Minshew as their quarterback now. They might want to start tanking for Trevor, as you see Trevor Lawrence making those plays right there. I can understand them getting close and then saying, really don't gain anything from winning these last few games. And that sentiment would never be the same in Baltimore. They're going to want to win them all, but I don't think that they will.
Yes, people always used to say it's harder to lose them all than to win them all, which is absolutely ridiculous. Nothing is easier than losing them all, especially if you have a reason to. All right, one more for you here. We'll do the Goldilocks treatment. Our Football Power Index gives the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Tom Brady the 7th best chance to win the Super Bowl. Is that too high, too low, or just right?
I'm going Mama Bear here, Greeny. I think it's just right. I think that's about where they should be. We aren't still sure, as much as we know how great that Tom Brady has been throughout his career, we're not sure how great he can be in this system. He wasn't great last year as a passer. Some people blame it on the fact that he didn't have the receivers he needed, but his numbers on target throws were not as great as you would expect from a guy like that. And I do think that if they win, it's going to be because that defense is playing as well as it was. I think they were one of the top, maybe 6 defense in the last 6 games last year. So if they win, it's going to be because that defense dominates and Tom Brady is able to make some big plays at the end. I don't know that he's going to have a statistical outburst that some people hope he does or expects him to have with all those weapons down there.
Okay, I think you may have mixed up your Bears. It's been a long time since I read that story, but I think it's Baby Bear who thinks everything is just right. But let's not get sidetracked.
No.
I believe it is. I'm going to put Hembo on that. Hembo, will you research that, please? I don't want to sidetrack the entire show over this discrepancy. Let me come to you, Ryan Clark. The Buccaneers. Should the Buccaneers be, when you put together the shortest possible list of teams you could see in the Super Bowl this year, should Tampa be on it?
Yeah, I think Tampa should be on it. Now, that's the NFC list for sure. But when you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the team that was able to win games last year, obviously not enough with the quarterback who threw 30 interceptions, with the quarterback who gave away games on pick sixes. And now you put Tom Brady in that spot, one of the greatest of all time. So you expect turnovers to decrease and not necessarily output increase, but you expect for that team to be better in the situational football moments of the game. And I think we're underestimating what having a player on your team like Tom Brady could do, adding Rob Gronkowski, and also underestimating what this defense is in Tampa Bay. You add another piece in Winfield. You also go outside and you get a corner. So I think that this team going forward can be a lot better than they were last year. And then I don't know why people are trying to temper what we can expect from this team.
Let me throw something that's sort of working against Brady here. He's obviously been working very hard getting ready for the football season because he clearly hasn't been playing a lot of golf, but that's a different conversation for a different time. But, Nick, I feel like they have 2 things. He has 2 things working against him. One is the pandemic, which means joining a new team, as veteran as he is, learning to play with new players and learning a new system, having basically no offseason doesn't work well. And then this is the year they choose to change the playoff system, so only one team will get a bye. So it is 50% less likely that his 43-year-old arm gets a bye week to start the playoffs. I think both those things work against him.
Yeah, I think you're right, but I think actually Tim Hasselbeck, when he was on last week, convinced me that the first one doesn't matter as much because Tom Brady is going to install, and I think Byron Leftwich is going to install a lot of Tom Brady familiar plays. Maybe he's going to have to learn some new words, but I think he can handle that. But I think they're going to run similar plays that he's comfortable with. It's important, it's incumbent on his teammates to learn how to play around him. But I think that the way that he pulls it off, if he does not get a first-round bye, again, goes back to that defense. I think you're right. It's going to be a lot to ask Tom Brady in his close to his mid-40s to go through the entire season and also go through the entire playoffs from the wild card round. But if that defense can step up and they only need him to make a few plays a game, I think Tom Brady's capable of doing that.
Okay, and perhaps no better way to put a ribbon on this conversation than to say we were both wrong. It was Goldilocks who found everything just right. She's not Baby Bear. Goldilocks and Baby Bear are not the same person, nor is she Mama Bear.
No.
Yes.
Papa Bear is too hot. Baby Bear's too cold. Mama Bear's porridge was just right.
Mama Bear
Goldilocks liked it.
This is actually true.
I don't think
This
so.
is actually true.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.